My name is Jimmy Burleson. I'm one of the assistant ADs here. I want to welcome everybody to Dobyns-Bennett. It's a very special day for two of our student athletes and their families. We've got two pretty good ones here today. Fantastic students, both in the classroom, also on the field, the course, the fairway, the green, whatever. So we're excited to celebrate with them today. A couple of housekeeping items. I want to thank Wes Franklin. All the live stream technology, all the things you see in the background are attributed to him, and he does such a great job with all that, so we appreciate him. John Graber is here today taking pictures. He's with our broadcasting department. All of our pictures, live stream, graphics, everything you see will be on our website later this evening or tomorrow. Free to download, free to use for whatever you need. Give you an idea of how things are going to go. We've got Kenzie up here first. She's signing with Emory and Henry to play golf. We'll start with her. I'm going to let Coach Darnell introduce her, talk a little bit about her. Then she will sign, and then we'll take some pictures. We'll have a brief intermission, and then we'll go with Luke Mussard. Okay? So thank you again for being here today. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Darnell.
Okay, is this working? Everybody hear me? Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming out this special evening for these two young athletes and their signing day. So appreciate you coming out for your support for these two. I've got a few things I want to mention about McKenzie, and I mean that lightly. A few things. I've got 3 or 4 pages here of things that happened over the years. I've had her since freshman year in the golf team, and it's been a pleasure. It certainly has been. But when I think of McKenzie, a few things come to mind. Good-hearted, honest, sincere, hard worker, a straight shooter, definitely a competitor, and just down-to-earth person, and a well-rounded individual this young lady is. I asked a few people around the school to give me some comments, because I see her out on the golf course the majority of the time, in the schools, in the public setting, at home, in the neighborhood. So I asked some people to give me some comments and feedback on what this young lady's really like. And so I've got this one that I've picked out from Tracy Willis. I'm going to read this, and I'm going to start out what she had to say when she emailed me. This is a quote. I've known McKenzie in parks since they were probably 5 or 6 years old. McKenzie was always quiet, didn't talk very much, and always listened to conversations going on around her. I believe this is why she's so mature in her conversations with adults. She's loved the game of golf, the entire time that I've known her, and I truly believe that she wants to play the game. I believe there's a difference in kids who really enjoy a sport they play and others who merely play because they think they're supposed to. McKenzie is a free thinker. She knows what she wants, says what she thinks, but has such a kind and giving heart. She will always hold a special place in my heart, end quote. And I think that's true in a lot of ways, and anybody that you would ask that knows McKenzie well would make similar comments. For me, it's truly been a blessing to have the opportunity to be a part of this young lady's high school golf career 4 seasons, watching her grow as a player and grow as a person. It's always interesting to watch how players develop and mature from freshman year to senior year. And it's getting to know the individuals outside the game of golf that is interesting and fun for myself. McKenzie has a passion for horses, and I knew this for a long time because she and her family would, travel for long distances take a weekend and go, so she and Parks could show horses. She shared with me recently that she finished, or had a 5th place finish with the horse that she showed in the Tennessee Walking Horse National Celebration. When she started playing golf her freshman year, I could tell early on it was just a glimpse of things to come for this young lady. She joined a team of 3 seniors, 1 junior, and 2 sophomores. And McKenzie played in all 14 matches that we had scheduled that year, and she ended up being our number 2 player for the season, for the district, and for the region. And she came up short qualifying for state that year as an individual. And if I remember correctly, was it 1 stroke short? 1 stroke short. And her average that year as a freshman was 88.7. Her sophomore year, in 2021, she started seeing results from the hours that she spent on the golf course, practicing, and at the driving range, and so on. Her work ethics were paying off. She became our number 1 player this season, qualified the state tournament in an exciting playoff round, and her season average then, at the end of the season, was 83. Slight improvement from her freshman year. She played 2 rounds at state that year and placed 23rd as an individual, with a 2-day total of 164. Her junior year came in 2022, and it was even more exciting. McKenzie was joined by a freshman, Eliza Robinson, who was just as determined to win as McKenzie was. The 2 of them together wreaked havoc across our conference, district, and region. The duo led the team to an undefeated season, a trip to the state tournament, and she was a medalist at our regional tournament with the 73 at Elizabeth. Her season average had gone from an 83 the previous year to a 77. McKenzie had gotten a taste of the state competition last year, so she was returning knowing that I can do better. And she had a 2-day score of 160 and finished 18th as an individual. The team finished 4th overall that year. And then this year, her senior year, we all knew that it was going to be like a storybook ending with these 2 girls and the way that they were determined to go back to state. The team recorded another undefeated season. McKenzie recorded her personal best of 71 twice this season. She was a medalist at our conference tournament at Pine Oaks with a 71, and the Big 9 Conference Co-Player of the Year. Her season average ended up being a 74. A return trip to the state was one that not to be forgotten. McKenzie scored a 2-day total of 144, shooting a 72 both days, finishing 2nd as an individual, and to top that off, a team championship. After winning the state championship in October, McKenzie won the regional tournament of champions on Hilton Head Island in November. Along with the golf accolades and the horse shows and everyday life, McKenzie has managed to balance these things with school, currently carrying a 3.53 GPA. McKenzie is also the most improved player that I've ever had in the years that I've coached. She started her freshman year, she had an 88.7, and she finishes with a 74. Quite an improvement over those 4 years, and I'm certainly proud of her, McKenzie. If there's ever been an example for a young player of how beneficial strong work ethics can be, she's given it to you. She's laid it out. And it's there for everyone to watch, to look at, and set the bar and set their goals. Congratulations, McKenzie, for your accomplishments in golf here at Dobyns-Bennett and everything else that you've been involved in. And we look forward to keeping up with you at Emory and Henry. Thank you.
I got one with my parents.
Just parents? Okay. Just parents. Right light.
Well, it's gonna be an odd one, but you get it anyway.
Now my coaches and teammates.
Coaches and teammates?
Yeah.
Okay. Coaches and teammates. Kenzie, if you see somebody not coming up here that should be, you just tell me and I'll call them out. All right? Good. Anybody else?
Yeah. Todd, Reed, all y'all come here. Riley, come on.
Todd, Reed, Riley,
Holt.
Holt.
Good.
Congratulations. Let's give her one more round of applause. We will take just a short break to change out some of the color decorations. All right. Next up, we have Luke Mussard signing with Wake Forest. I'm going to introduce Coach Bingham. Coach, you got... I'll give you 6 minutes. Okay? Here you go.
All right. First of all, do I need a microphone, Jimmy, for the live feed? Okay. All right. First of all, since Bill's here, Bill and I are the two coaches speaking, I need to make a public service announcement. We have AED devices to your left and to your right. Okay? Emory and Henry is, if she had a 74 average this year, I went to Emory and Henry. I promise you she's better than any golfer they've ever had up there, if that's what she averaged, without question. We got two Emory and Henry alums right here. Luke's dad and myself. I don't know about Todd's career, and I don't like to talk about myself, but I do have 2 records at Emory and Henry. Most passes dropped in a season, most passes dropped in a game. All right, let's start at 5 minutes now, okay? That doesn't count right there. That doesn't count right there. All right, we're here to celebrate Luke Mussard decided to go to Wake Forest. And I want to give you a little history of Dobyns-Bennett at Wake Forest before we start talking about Luke directly. There's no other school, no other college, including especially Division I colleges, that has a relationship with DB athletes that Wake Forest does. I'll go through this real quickly because you're the historian, you like to hear stuff like this. Is that Robert Leonard, Dobyns-Bennett, went to Wake Forest, All-American basketball player, played for a year for the Lakers. The NBA players didn't make the kind of money back in the early 1960s. He decided he wasn't getting a lot of playing time because, you got to be old to appreciate this, but he was playing behind a guy by the name of Jerry West. We had two guys, Wally Bridwell went over there as a played quarterback 2 years, was all ACC, had done another Dobyns-Bennett grad in the 60s. Mike Kelly, you got to be really old to appreciate this one right here, but he roomed with Brian Piccolo at Wake Forest. We had Skip Brown, he's old because he's my age. Skip went over there, was All-American basketball player at Wake Forest, and played for a short while for the Boston Celtics. Bill Augerbright, a local attorney, played golf at Wake Forest on a national championship team. And we've got recently Ty Hayworth, who coaches football up here, also went over there, was All-ACC football player. And I think coming up right now is Wake Forest is going to get a runner that is going to be, like these guys were, is going to do great things at Wake Forest. Ooh, is that good enough right there? Okay. All right. A little bit right here with Luke. I want to give you, it's kind of how we got to Dobyns-Bennett is I call it his odyssey. And I'm not going to give you great details on the thing, but the school he went to previously, watch that ball, things weren't going like they wanted, and he was going to change his scenery. And I know the first place he tried to get into was Providence Academy, and thank goodness they were dumb enough not to take him. Okay, so he was looking for some place to go, and he was going to come to Dobyns-Bennett. Now, we've got a lot of students here at DB, and they've gotten really selective on the kids they let in and stuff right there. And so he's going to come to Dobyns-Bennett, and our athletic director, Frankie DeBus, he said, "What do you know about it?" And I said, "This is what I know right here, okay?" I said, "Obviously he's a great talent, but then you know the guy." I said, "This is good enough for me." I asked the guru over here, okay? ZZ Top, as you see him over here, Ray Jones. I said, "Ray, tell me about it." And I'm paraphrasing big time right, but Ray basically said he's a high character guy. You know, he's a kid, but he's a high character guy, and he needs to, if you can get him in, he needs to go over there. And I told that to Frankie, and Frankie was good enough to believe, to take my word for it. And Frankie told Dr. Hampton, who was the principal, and he took his word on that. So we got him in school over here, and he's a high character guy. He is a high character guy. All right. Luke, let me tell you some of the accomplishments that he did right here, okay? I'm going to give you some general stuff right here. Is that he's a two-time All-State cross-country runner, 2 times All-State in track. He's got 4 school records. 2 of the records he has, individual records he has, is he broke records. Kevin Odie Warren, people in the running community know. He's one of the all-time greats at Dobyns-Bennett. Luke was set the record in the 3,200 meters and also in the 5K cross-country race. 2 relays he has school records. And the 4x800 relay and DMR relay indoors, and both those relay teams were state champions. A little trivia question about Luke Mussard is, he's nobody can call my bluff on this, so I want to say it's true. He's the only person to have state championships from 2 different schools. Same event too, okay? Yes, 4x800 relay team. He ran I think it was second leg on when Boo won and third, ran a killer leg right there. He ran a 152 that gave us state championship this last year. Now I've got a bunch of other record stuff I can tell you. Tanner sent me a text about 30 minutes ago and he's got, I mean, it's like 5 pages of stuff that looks accomplished. And that means I have to stay on script, so I can't read that, but I'll get that to the family because it's pretty impressive, the things that he's done. I mean, very, very impressive. But more than just being a great runner, and let me say this right here. His best races in high school have not happened yet. The way he's working right now and training right now, he's ready to do some great things. All right, now, something that came up when Luke first came up here and was coming to Dobyns-Bennett. And if he's been here at DB, somebody, just not too long ago really, said, man, how does he do that? How does he do that? He worked at Boone, he was working for Lynn Jeffers, he's working for Lynn Jeffers, and then he came to Dobyns-Bennett, he worked for you, and then you were so old you didn't coach cross country, he had to work for Coach Sweeney over here. He said, how do you consistently be that good? And I said, how does that work out? Seemed that be tough. I said, no, it was pretty easy because there were two constants. One is Luke's work ethic, burning desire to be as good as he can be, and the other one is my good friend over here, the guru, Ray Jones. Those constants were all through his high school career. These guys right here, all of them are much better runners because of this guy right here. Is because his attention to detail, his desire to work, by example, sometimes by hollering at people, sometimes by trying to shame people. And it's hard with some of them, I won't mention names like Caleb Haygood, but that's a hard chore. But he stayed with it right here. And he's made all these guys, don't tell you the same thing, he's made all these guys better. He really, really has. One other thing, I left this out, I shouldn't have got off script. Somebody said, what's the deal with Luke going to Wake Forest? What kind of, I said, well, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that they have an equestrian team right there, and that they knew somebody was going on an equestrian scholarship over to Wake Forest, and so it's natural that he would go over there and run at Wake Forest. But this guy, I want y'all to appreciate, going to Wake Forest, get a scholarship there, that's an impressive thing. And what this guy has accomplished is super, super, super impressive. And I'm telling you, his best days at Dobyns-Bennett are here to come. His best days as a runner are not only here at Wake Forest and probably on down in the future right here. Anyway, we're here to celebrate Luke Mussard. Let's give him a round of applause right here. Wake Forest is getting quality person. Jimmy?
Tighten up for a picture and then.
Yeah, put icing in the back. Hold up one second. Yeah, bright light. All right, then kind of like all my friends and teammates.
That's okay.
You guys,
Yep, I'm good.
friends and teammates?
Well, Christy and Travis first.
What?
Christy Travis. You've been called. Stella and her mom.
And then Ray, James, Coach
Ray, James, Coach French, Lowry, Bingham, French,
Barry had administrative duties.
Yep, I'm good.
All my teammates.
teammates.
Samantha, you in jail. Okay, you're here tomorrow.
All teammates.
Then Bryce, Will, Sernon, Stella, Brogan. Yeah.
I have to scoot in.
Yeah.
Y'all on? You're good?
Yeah.
All right, one more round of applause for Mr. Luke Mussard. Congratulations. If I could have Kinsey and Luke come back up here for just a second, we're going to take a couple pictures. I want to thank everybody for coming out today and celebrating both of our student athletes. Again, live stream, pictures, graphics, all that will be on the website. Thank you all so much.